I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another iteration of the My Hero Academia manga chapter reads. We got a two for this time. I'll jump into more about that in a little bit, but I'm here not with Mark. And there's something that we always do every before each and every other new manga chapter read, and that would be a recap episode. That's the best I can do. It feels it's not the same without Mark. But to kind of give you guys the brief, like sum up of what's going on, we have two chapters, 387 and 388. We're doing our recap on 386, and the main reason we have two chapters this time is because I was preoccupied the week of the 387, and now Mark is preoccupied with the 388. So I'm just going solo for this one. So wish me the best of luck. Here we go. Recap episode 386. My keyboard's not really working as well either, so good luck on that one. We still have the mouse though. As far as what happened on the recap episode, right? There was readings about Dobby's heart. So there was a bit of concern as far as like what's going to go and happen over there, because essentially he's a nuke and he's about to let loose wherever he's at. And they're pretty much trying to evacuate as many people as possible from the area, at least at like initially, right? As I try to get to the next page. There we go. Oh yeah, we get the Todoroki family. They're fleeing. Everyone's fleeing, really. As we have All For One also heading out over to meet up with All For Shigaraki, and it's gonna literally be the worst case scenario if those two meet and merge. I don't think it's gonna end up the same way, even that were to happen. And we get this really cool shot about, this is Ida and Todoroki, or really Shoto. They know what's going down with Dobby. And unfortunately, you see Ida, he's upset over the fact that Shoto has to really deal with these extreme family matters that it really impacts everybody out in the real world. That's when we hear All Might over on the comms, and he's like, yeah, it's all right, don't worry about it. You guys gotta do what you gotta do. And even though he doesn't have much he can really add to Shoto's like trauma, he still admires the fact that he's still willing to fight because of all of it. So here we have Ida. Also, I should really mention that Stain witnesses all of this, shows that Ida has like really changed as a character. He's no longer like so selfish as to go sort out and kill Stain anymore. He's now really using his powers for the people, and he's not really admiring it, but he's acknowledging that. And then just kind of like in the same parallel as how Bako got rescued. Well, yeah, he got rescued. Ever since he got kidnapped from the it's been a long time since they call him that, but the League of Villains. Ooh, you get this parallel shot of Ida like shooting out like at an instant. It's great, but unfortunately, the next shot. Well, actually, this is also a really cool moment too, is the sense that you find that all For One is heading out, and he's going to be intercepted by All Might. Him and his regular self, no buffs or anything, but he does have what looks to be an Iron Man suit. He's about to unpack from his suitcase, and with Hercules. And that's pretty much your recap. So I'm looking forward to this. I don't think I was kind of skimming over it real quickly. I hope that using my mouse to kind of like drag over to the next page will actually be efficient. But here we go. We're gonna jump into 387. Here we go. This looks to be actually not entirely sure. Oh, it's one of the people from the Liberation Front. He's oh, I guess we never really seen his face like all the way, so this is actually how he looks. He kind of looks like he might have looked like the first, but he's saying that Himura blood runs thick. You see him, he's kind of chained up right now, so shows that he's currently being isolated right now, taken in. But yeah, this is Genten. His quirk is Eye Supply, and he's the Paranormal Liberation Front lieutenant. But he continues. Long ago, the Himuras started as village leaders, and after the agricultural revolution, they maintained their wealth and pride by creating branch families. But the advent of the exceptional has hastened their downfall. They didn't want to dilute their blood, you see. Ah, it's Mr. Compress. He's here too, and he's like a snobbish bloodline prejudice against heteromorphs. Can you imagine what Spinner would say if he heard about this, about such a combo? Sorry about that. Let me reread that. Can you imagine what Spinner would say if he had heard about such a combo? All right, I can't use my keys. Page 2. There we go. So they're literally like they're cell to cell with each other. Let me see. I think yeah. Okay, so the showing parallels. This is Gensen talking. This resulted in countless marriages between the branch families, between distant relatives, essentially. Mr. Compress. Ah, hence your remark about thick blood. But Gensen continues. By insulating themselves like that, the Himura clan was doomed to shrink and wane. When the head family started selling off children to marriage, it essentially marked the end of their line. Ooh, I can see that. The few remaining families and the members scattered, including myself, which is when Redestro came upon me and brought me into the fold. With each generation, meta abilities grow more complex, deeper and richer, like layered sediment in their body. This is the next page, with some powers lying dormant, unbeknownst to the user. Yet people's hearts never manage to evolve. I wonder what changes we'll witness come tomorrow. Bit of silence from Mr. Compress, and then Genten's like, "Okay, your turn. Hear anything good from the cops or heroes? Whatever you got, entertain me. We're just killing time until the battle ends." Pretty much. On to the next page. Let me just make sure. Yeah, what's weird is that when you scroll, because like how it's laid out like digitally, it's 2 pages like each. So when you scroll to 1 to 2, it seems like nothing changes, but it literally is those 2 back to back that you see up front. And it's only when you hop into the following page that you see something new. But here we got a big illustration. It's just lots of fire. Lots of fire. It's Endeavor versus Dobby. And you already know Endeavor's not in the best way right now, but he's holding on right now. Anyway, so they set the scene about 800 meters from the Gunga Mountain Villa ruins. Bruh. Bro, it really is now just Dragon Ball Z levels of like energy blast elements out there. It's, oh my god. But we see Endeavor, he's trying. It looks like he's panting a lot. He's like and like you get a shot of like his right arm that isn't there. As he's gritting his teeth, he's like, explosion, you say? And I think this is his inner thoughts here in the next page. It's not just the evacuation block that's in danger, but also Pixie Bob's group, which is fighting back against Toga's doubles. As we see, it's a shot of him like on his back, and you see the remnants of Dobby just charging at him. But at this point, he's just like, damn it, fighting for All For One did a number on my legs. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep luring Toya away. And we have Toya, he's like, duh. And obviously he's trying to say Dobby, right? That's his new name, obviously. He's embraced it. Nah. He's saying, nah, next page. Watch me. Oh my god. It's menacing, but also really like sad too. You see Endeavor, he's trying to like cock back for just a like quick second, but he's just like looking at all this, and Dobby's just saying like, watch me, and just a close-up on Endeavor's face. It's just like he's seeing something different. On the next page you see little Toya, he's like, look what I figured out how to do, and it shows him like, it shows little Toya like cocking back with a whole fire fist, and the next big panel is literally like the aftershock of that. It's a huge flame fist that he's like projecting out, and you even see Endeavor like really tiny. It really is Dragon Ball Z. Dude, this is intense. Dude. dude. Endeavor's being sent back, and in this panel, it looks like he just created like magma. The ground beneath him is like exploding, it's crackling, and Dobby's not letting up. He's charging at him, grabs him, and Endeavor's like, "Come on, Toya, put out those flames." And Toya's just like, "Watch me." And the next page, Endeavor's like, "I don't want to watch you die." As you see him, wow. So I guess Dobby slash Toya at this point, he's just like, he's barely like really making sense. He's just like blurting out things like from the past at this point. He's like, "Natsu, let's play." You see Endeavor, he notices that he's like, his mind's long gone. This fire is hot enough to burn even me. How's it possible that he can even hold himself together? Toya, what is it about you? Man, dude, like, the way that they illustrate this, it really is just like sheer flames across the panel, and you just see like little shakes, but like small visuals of both of them together. As you see Endeavor in this panel on like page like 9, and he's like, it looks like he's holding on to like the crosses like across Dobby's chest, where like you charge up the flash fist. I'm not sure what's going on with the right hand though. Either that, or we're looking at an entirely different perspective, because it looks like right hand's gone, and that could be either. Well, actually, no, actually, scratch that. I thought I was cooking for a second, but no, that's definitely Dobby that we're looking at with the cross. Ooh, we get multiple shots of just like up to our face. This is Endeavor. His face is being like burnt up, but he's just like eyes are wide open as he recounts something. That visceral sense of danger when facing death. There's a shot of like Bakugo when he first initially like came up with like the cluster like explosions that gave him like insane speed from way back when Deku was in trouble that one time. Sometimes a near-death experience can trigger a quirk to awaken. Oh, oh. Okay. They're cooking. Endeavor's, God, there's much more fire on him. I think that's him generating that fire, but it's still the same shot. The expression's hardly really changed, but we get additional thoughts here. On the other hand, people can also summon absurd power in a crisis when it's do or die. That's different than a quirk awakening. Oh, okay. That power only manifests as the Reaper draws near. We see like shots of a flower, something probably that Mama Todoroki has. This is where Endeavor's like, his fire mass seems to be going up. He's like, raise quirk. As we get, the next page is literally a whole panel of confirming that is Dobby. And it looks like I think that's Endeavor realizing that like raise quirk is like kicking in for Toya. And right now I think what's happening is that I guess Endeavor's just fighting back with his left hand. He's like maybe shooting fire. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like he might also be witnessing like ice coming out of his chest, which is that's probably scary. That's probably not good. So, oh wait, this is not good. Oh no, something bad's really happening. Now I realize it, as the next page is like, it's half full panel, half two of them. One of them is just like a collage of different panels of like Endeavor's like past and everything he's brought up to himself, even more recently, to even things that happened like further in the back. So it's almost like his entire life is flashing before his eyes as he hears words. "I win today. Keep my eyes on Toya." And all of a sudden, it's just kind of white. And he's just like looking up, and the next page is just like a panel. It's not one full panel, but it's just like a panel, nevertheless, of like this is Dobby with like the white hair in his like League of Villains outfit. And what's interesting is seeing like flame coming out of like the arm that isn't there for Endeavor, and almost kind of being shared with Dobby's like left hand respectively. As we see Endeavor's left hand, it has fire onto it, but I think it's also being connected to like Dobby as well. It's interesting as we get a shot in the next panel of Dobby's chest kind of glowing, crackling. We just see Endeavor. He just says, "I take full responsibility. I swore to bear that burden and live my life atoning for it all." As we have a shot of like Dobby closer up to the eyes. "However, you've been watching me all this time. While I couldn't be there to watch you, you were someone I especially needed to do right by. I'm worried." Here goes the next page. 14, right? Yeah, 14. "It's always the same dream. My whole family's there, but not me." He's starting to close his eyes for a bit. "No, I can't let you meet your end alone. But I won't let anyone else get caught up in our tragedy." Oh no! Oh no! He grabs whatever's left of Dobby, like legitimately, like I think, yeah, there's like Dobby doesn't really have like legs anymore. But Endeavor, he shoots himself up like with his legs. He's propelling himself, him and Dobby. He's saying, "I can't cover enough." Oh, excuse me. We had lunch. Sorry, I can't cover enough ground. I can't cover enough ground quickly enough. So instead, we'll ride your fire straight into the sky, Toya. No. And you just see Toya in a small fan. It's like he's like crackling. Endeavor notices this, like, just a bit longer. "No, don't blow yet." Oh no, this is, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, all right, next thing is page 16, yeah? Oh, oh no, it's a full pager. Well, kind of. What's going on? We have humor blood runs thick as so I guess that's a soft confirm that like with Genten, right? That like these families are connected, and you can see that based on like fire and ice and everything like that. But the next page, a really big panel is obviously Endeavor holding Dobby, and when you look to the left, amidst the flames, you see Ray, Mama Todoroki, and you see Endeavor. He's like, "Ray?" You see that like her eyes are like shooting out, like it's crazy. It's kind of like the way I can possibly describe it is kind of like when Deku like goes all for one, like full cow, and it's just like it's crazy like that when he hits the higher percentages. She doesn't look like she has like any smile on her. It's just like a face of just like determination, like pointing forward. And we have at the very end of this chapter just a small like flashback of like little Toya looking back at like Mama Todoroki, and he's saying, "You're guilty too, Mom." And it's like, bruh, no, they're just, oh no. So without jumping into the next chapter, so this is kind of like, this is how they're going to finish it, both of them, because there's no way though, right? Because they have to talk. Okay, maybe some other stuff is happening, because obviously we know that Ray's in the shelter, so unless they had time to like tell you, "Oh, this is what happened," you know, she knew something was going on, so she went out. That's someone else, maybe, possibly. I don't even know. But that's very poetic, and I'm just like, I don't want them to go. But yeah, that's chapter 387. So we're jumping straight into 388. Man, dude, if I just had all the time just to sit with that chapter, we could have. Yeah, no. But speaking of which, in 388, we're seeing what's going on underground. The whole network just trying to flee, and you see some of our students actually defending. I see a character right here whose name really escapes me right now, so I got the wiki for this just to make sure. Oh, it's Kendo. How do I forget these? Oh yeah, well, I mean it's been a while. Well, in any case, we have Kendo. She's grasping I think two dudes. One of them actually has like some explosives on hand. I believe she's talking right here, as the other heroes are helping out with the evacuations. They sabotage the system's foundation. There's no hope of reactivating this thing, and that just being, I guess, the entire system moving across. All right, so let's go to page 2 of 388. We see a group of people being evacuated here. Everyone out, starting with the kids and the old folks. We have Death Arms here. He's in his civilian fit. Obviously, he said he retired, but he's still pulled through after all this now. This went up to the surface. Once you're at the top of the UA, robots can transport you. They do have robots. And you see just civilians, students alike, taking over, guiding, and like the robots are there as well. Mount the robots and give them directions. Excuse me. As we see a shot of them like being transported outside at this point. This is interesting because when you see this smaller panel, you see houses, or at least one house across the way. So yeah, it's just kind of like within the urban area. What a downpour! It's like it's really pouring at this point. Hang on tight. Remain calm. We have more than enough robots for everybody. Above all else, don't turn back. Don't even look back. Oh my god. Next page. Don't stare at Dobby. You see the kids from the oh my god, I'm blanking out. It was when Bako and Todoroki were taking like their revision exams or what have you, and they were alongside the Shiketsu high students. They're looking out, and it's not just them, it's everybody witnessing just like huge ball of like fire. And I think this is where we're going to find out what just happened previously. Number 388, Toya. And then we take a look at the Todoroki family looking back. There's no time to lose. We can't stick around here, someone says. Oh yeah, this is when we know. Yep. It's exactly, something happened. You see Rei, she's just witnessing. And you already know what's gonna happen. The robot hop aboard, and it's just Rei by herself, like getting on this soul mecha, and you just see the kids that are like, "Mom, what are you doing?" She talks and responds to Natsu. Look after your sister, Natsu. Next page, please take me to Epicenter, commands the robot. We exist to serve human desires, so they're just gonna comply. As the way they illustrate it, where what a panel would be is just goes to black and goes to white at the very bottom, and we see this specific panel is like kind of like wrinkling, being chiseled. I don't know what's going on here. There is a figure, I think that's a hand maybe? I don't know what's happening. I think what's happening, that might be Endeavor's hand. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, okay. It's, oh my god, that's the robot giving the thumbs up that like, I just took you to the destination, took you to the epicenter, good luck. And you see Rei, obviously she's kind of like in a black cloak, so you can kind of see her amidst like the white flames illustrated here in the manga chapter. She's running out, she reaches out, Toya, she says, and she's being burnt. Like, severely burnt. And you see Endeavor, he's looking down, he's like, no, why are you here? And you see Dobby also turning over. And you see these thoughts. Obviously, each and every panel is like kind of like uneven. It's not balanced. It's not straight away now. What's going on? I think this might be Dobby's thoughts here. He's like, are you trying to cool him down, Ray? You must have coated yourself with a layer of ice to even get this close. And Endeavor's like, get away or you'll burn to death. And I'm trying to, oh yeah, and she's gonna go in. Ray reaches out her hand, she's activating her quirk. You mean the way that you and Toya are about to die? And yeah, Endeavor just like, I mean, you can, it's kind of almost hard to like really recognize his face. Yeah, it's that bad. All right, page 8. Toya like makes some hand gestures here. He's like, Mom? And she's like, oh, Toya. And we see just a close of his face. And all she can say is like, I'm sorry. And then you see another shot of Dobby's like, Natsu. Fuyumi. And you see like Ray like turn back. She's like, oh. And in the distance you see the kids as well. Oh no. And Ray's like, no, don't. This is terrible. Fuyumi's like, I can't take any more loss. What does Natsu have to say? This is big. And we're getting to the we're getting to the end. No. This is bad. But she continues, Toya, please don't take everyone down with you. I can't bear to lose anyone else. And now we get shots of like Natsu now, and you know he's getting caught up in all this, and he sees a shot of like Toya talking to Natsu about like all his misgivings. And he just says, cut it out already, man. Quit causing trouble. You sorry excuse for our brother. Bruh. But all three at this point are converging on these two. I think this is Endeavor talking. If I blast off and add my own heats in the mix, Toya's body is gonna blow. Please. Nobody else needs to die. I should be enough. And you just see Toya. He's just like, And we have a to be continued panel of everything in white. Everyone's in casual clothing. And it just shows Toya what he would look like standing upright, but he has the Dobby cloak, but it's kind of like a collective, like reassuring family shot. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Well, there's actually, I think there might be just a little bit more, but it does say to be continued. So let me just see what else is here. No, that's it. So I wasn't expecting, so this was not what I was expecting for a twofer. Honestly, now that I look back on it, I'm glad that we did hold off on both chapters. This is now just like a 2-part special about we're reaching like the climax of like the family feud. And the problem is though, is I feel bad for Shoto because he's also just as part about the family as everyone else is. And the way that they're trying to like resolve it, it really feels like Shoto is being taken out. And if I remember correctly, Shoto's actually off doing something else at this point because that's what All Might was talking about. I might have to double check on that, but yeah, dude, that's intense. And you know, I was really thinking that the family would want to do their best to like take part of it, right? And obviously now that they are, but they were also being like kind of like pushed into everything, and it just seems that amidst like the I guess what I could say is like amidst transport, they found themselves in a very specific situation where like they were just there, And so the family was able to like jump in during this fight, and this is like this is it. Like, obviously Ray's trying to use her quirk to cool both of them down to stop like what's going on. They're trying to save everybody, and Endeavor is also in the mindset like, okay, well, like, listen, I think this really is it, but I gotta make sure that it's just me and Toy at this point. Toy is suffering big time. But yeah, no, the rest of the family isn't about that. So, guys, that's it. That's it for 38788. This was a lot. This is definitely like emotional, and it just I mean, obviously Shoto's like worse for wear right now. He's really tired out. But I'll have to like look back and see like what the plan is for him, but this is kind of like a make it or break it type of bit, and it really sucks that, you know, this is really like their family matter, and no one else can really like help out at this point. Not just because this is definitely like a very sensitive topic for them, but also because no one can really even withstand those flames. Obviously, you saw what happened like when Dabi like initially like went up, like everyone just got hurt except for like Shoto. It was really bad. So, guys, I think the next chapter then is I was going to use my app, but it looks like I just used the website. The next chapter is coming in a whole week. Okay, that's all I wanted to confirm. So on the 21st we got what you calls it? 389. Yee. It's been a long set of chapters, that's for sure, it's been a long series period, but I think the next they're definitely gonna make it. I mean, they should definitely make it like a Todoroki finale when it comes to, you know, Dabi and everything. Like in the next one, I can't imagine them like switching up to something else. Of course, I would love to have seen, you know, one like I guess. Sorry, it's Iron Might. I'd love to see Iron Might just like go in, but this understandably takes a bit of like precedence now, especially since it's just got brought up front. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back with chapter 389 next time. But until then, appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody, and #bye, everyone.